All right, we're going to welcome back Joe Manniello, Newsday's NFL picks columnist. Joe, how you doing this week?
Doing all right, Matt. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Last week you went 2-3 to bring you to 9-11. I'm at 3-2 last week to bring me up to 13-7 through the first 4 weeks of the year. So, a quarter of the way through. It's going pretty quick, huh?
Yeah, it's going fast. Hopefully, the season doesn't get shut down by all these, positive tests.
Absolutely. So let's get this thing rolling with the locals as usual. The Jets are taking on the Cardinals at home. Cardinals are favored by 7. Who do you like here, Joe?
Yeah, same thing we talked about last week. I'm just not taking the Jets until they give me a reason to. I just don't see when that's going to be with Adam Gase as the coach. And I just heard before Sam Darnold's not going to play this week. I have no confidence in Joe Flacco to do much. I mean, he used to be a really good quarterback, but he's 37. I'm 37 myself, but I'm not an NFL quarterback.
Right.
I just don't see how much, what the Jets offense is going to do. They had extra time off, but they had so many injuries. The defense is very undisciplined. I think the Cardinals, they were my best bet last week. I was surprised they lost to the Panthers, but
right.
I think they have too much offensive talent with Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins, Kenyon Drake, and Cliff Kingsbury's good offensive-minded coach. I think they must be watching tape this week and licking their chops to get out there and play the Jets. 7 points sounds like a lot on the road, but I think they're almost kind of like begging you to take the Jets here. Like, cause why are the Cardinals favored by 7? They just lost 2 in a row, including at Carolina. It's because the Jets are that bad. They're 0-4 against the spread. I think the only other team is the Texans, who are also 0-4. And I just don't see the Jets scoring enough points to keep up with the Cardinals. I see like a 34-20 kind of game, maybe even 34-17 or 14. So I'll lay the 7 points. And like I said, until the Jets, not even until they win, let them cover a game before I'm going to take them. So Arizona -7.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Joe. I don't think Joe Flacco is going to be able to do anything close to enough to keep pace. The Cardinals, this is a get-right game for them. Yeah, they're coming off back-to-back losses. A game on paper they probably should have won against the Panthers, but this, I know they're coming across country. It's a 1 o'clock game. I don't care about any of that. This is a much, much better team than the Jets. Jets offense and defense, they don't look like they're ready to go. They don't look like they're ready to play. So to me, I think it's the Cardinals easy. I'm going to take the Cardinals in like a 30-16 kind of game. I think maybe the Jets get in the end zone once and settle for a few field goals, but I don't see this looking good at all. I think the Cardinals could blow them out.
Yep.
As for the Giants, they are taking on the division rival Cowboys. Cowboys are favored by 9.5 here. Who do you like, Joe?
Yeah, this spread really surprises me. This is my 6th year writing the NFL picks column. And this week has a ton of spreads, which I just don't understand. So I don't know if that's me because I'm off to a slow start or because the spreads are wrong. I mean, Vegas is usually right, but 9.5 seems like a lot of points. The thing is, the Giants, they can't score. I mean, they score 16, 13, 9, and 9. And but the thing is, the Cowboys, they give up tons of points. Last week, they almost gave up 50 to the Browns, 49. They gave 39 to the Falcons, and then they gave up in the 30s the week after that too. So I think, and the Cowboys are, a crazy comeback against the Falcons, including that crazy onside kick recovery from being 0-4 themselves. So the idea that this team, which is basically, in my opinion, 0-4 team, is giving 9.5 points. I mean, I don't care how bad the Giants' offense is. I mean, if they score 20 or so points, I think they'll get the cover here. And also, I mean, I was shocked that they played well against the Rams. I thought the Rams were going to blow them out. So I think, division rival, if they can't at least keep this single digits, then they're going to be going 0-16 with the Jets. It's going to be a long, long year. I think maybe I'm just looking for reasons to take the Giants here, but Jason Garrett returning to Dallas.
Okay.
Maybe he'll be extra motivated to have a good game plan, and maybe he knows, certain parts about their defensive weaknesses through, being the coach for the last 10 years. And I don't know, maybe I'm just looking for reasons to pick them, like I said, but I just think this is way, way too many points. But Dallas is getting too much respect. And their offense is really good. I mean, they gave up 38 points at Seattle. That's the game. They gave up 39, 38, and 49. So I think the Giants, this is the perfect defense to play for a struggling offense. And I know the Giants haven't given you lots of reason to pick them similar to the Jets, but I think they're better than the Jets. Not by much, but 9.5. If it was like 6.5, I'd probably take Dallas begrudgingly because I just don't think Dallas is any good. I mean, the defense is just so bad. So I'll take the 9.5, and hopefully I'm right about this.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys in this one. I don't love the number, but I just look at the Cowboys offense, and trust me, I know how bad the Cowboys defense is. You just ran through it; it's pretty atrocious. But I don't trust the Giants to score enough to keep pace with the Cowboys. Dak Prescott's been playing unbelievable. He has like 900 passing yards the last 2 weeks or something crazy like that. He's been really good. It's the defense that's let them down. And I think on the flip side, kind of just to do devil's advocate of what you were arguing, this is almost a get-right game for the Cowboys defense, where you have a quarterback and an offense that's really struggling in Daniel Jones and the New York Giants. I agree. The Giants are definitely better than the Jets, and they are at least pretty competitive, and maybe I get burned with the big number, but I think I like the Cowboys to win by at least 10, maybe 2 touchdowns in this game. If it was 7, I'd feel much more confident, but 9.5 is making it a little uneasy for me, but I think I'm still going with the Cowboys this week.
Gotcha.
As for the game of the week, we were going to go with the Bills and Titans, but with the uncertainty of that game, we're going to leave that one alone for now. So let's do the Colts and the Browns instead. The Colts are favored in this game by 1.5. Who do you like here?
Oh, I thought it was 2.5. Okay. So this is the matchup of 3-1 teams. They both lost week 1, and they both won 3 in a row. So it's a pretty good game. It's in the 4:25 time slot. And last year everyone knows who follows me knows I picked the Browns to win the Super Bowl, and that was a pretty laughable pick. But this year they're playing great. They look like they could be a wild card team, because I don't think they're gonna catch the Ravens, even though it's early. But Odell Beckham is looking like the guy who played for the Giants. Baker Mayfield's playing really well. And there's so many reasons to pick the Browns here, which is why I'm going to take the Colts, because the Browns are known for not living up to the hype, and when things are going well, something bad's going to happen in Brownie land. So I'm surprised the Colts, their defense must be better than I thought, because they played really well last week at Chicago in the 1911 win. I don't think Browns are going to have as much success against the Colts defense as they did Dallas, scoring 49 points. But I wouldn't put too much stock into that. NFL week-to-week league, go about matchups and schemes, and I just feel like this is one of those games. I think it'll be a close game. I mean, if the Browns win, I would not be shocked. But I could just see this being like a 20-20 kind of game, and then the Browns are driving, and then they get a ridiculous turnover, and the Colts kick a game-winning field goal at the buzzer or at the horn with the gun, whatever you want to say. So I just think the Browns are just setting themselves up for more heartbreak, and it'd be great if they'd be 4-1. It'd be a great story. I think the Colts defense plus. I think Frank Reich is one of the most underrated coaches.
Yep.
So I think the Colts will win a close one, and the defense will show up and they'll win like a 23-20, 2017 kind of game. So I'll take the Colts.
Joe, I'm falling into the trap. I'm going with the Browns plus 1.5. I really like it. I got to give them credit. I was really down on them going into this year off a disappointing year, but they've looked good, especially on offense. And I know the Colts have one of the best defenses in football. I agree with you. I think this is going to be a really close game and a pretty good matchup, actually. But honestly, I don't think Phillip Rivers and the offense has looked all that great. And I don't know if they're going to be able to keep pace with the Browns. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and the Browns have a coming back down to earth kind of week. But I think they could win this by a field goal to 6 points, something like that. Maybe 24-20 kind of game. But I'm rolling with the Browns. I might regret it, but I think they're playing good football right now, so I'm going to take them.
They definitely are, yeah.
Absolutely. So how about a best bet this week, Joe? Who do you really like?
All right, so my best bet this week might be surprising to some listening. It's the team that's lost 3 in a row. It's probably one of the bottom 5 to 7 teams in the league, but it's all about, we're picking games with the spread here. So I love the Jacksonville Jaguars getting 6.5. I'm pretty sure the line is, just double check, at Houston. Why are the Houston Texans favored by 6.5 over anyone, except maybe the Jets? They're 0-4 straight up, 0-4 against the spread. They just fired their coach. They traded away their best player, not named Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, in the offseason. This team should not be favored by 6 against the division. Even the Jaguars, who are 1-3. Gardner Minshew, they have some weapons there. DJ Chark and the running back Robinson. They'll be able to score some points here. I think this is a high-scoring game. Maybe both score in the 30s. The Jaguars lost to Tennessee in week 2, 33-30. I mean, they can keep up with the Texans. This should be like a 3-point spread. So you're getting a lot of value here with the Jaguars, even though they're not a great team. So I think the Jaguars could even win this game. Sometimes, people buy into the whole, they fired the coach, they're going to rally around. Romeo Crennel's a great guy, everyone loves him, but the Texans just have so many missing pieces and weak links on offensive line. The defense isn't good. So I think this will be a back and forth, ugly kind of game, high scoring, but also ugly. Maybe some turnovers. I just love the Jaguars getting 6.5. I think they might even win the game. So to me, it's, like I said, it's a week of crazy spreads. So I'm all over the Jaguars.
It moved to 6, by the way.
It's 6. Okay, it was 6.5. Okay, it's still way too many points.
Gotcha.
Home field means nothing basically in 2020.
Yeah.
Except for maybe like the Chiefs, who have half a crowd and 17,000 fans or 1/4 of the crowd, but they're still noisy. So I don't think it means much. Without having any fans in the stands, the home points. Usually it's 3 points for the home team. It should be like maybe 1 top.
Right. Absolutely. I agree with you on that one. I like the Jaguars this week as well, but I'm going to go with the Rams -7 against the Washington football team. The Washington team, they just switched to Kyle Allen to play quarterback. I don't know if he's going to be the savior that they're hoping for. They're really struggling right now after a surprising win in Week 1 against the Eagles. I think that the Rams they're really cooking on all cylinders offensively, and I think it's going to be a big week for them against that Washington defense, and I think they win this one going away. I know they're going on the road, and 7 could be a big number, but I don't think it's going to be all that close this week.
Yeah, I agree. Kyle Allen, he was on the Browns. No, that's Kevin. That was Kevin Hogan. I don't know who Kyle Allen is.
Yeah, he was with Carolina last year.
Oh, Carolina. Oh, he's actually not that bad.
Yeah, he was okay.
Oh yeah, Kyle Allen. Yeah, he filled in for Cam Newton. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I agree. The Rams, 7 points is a lot on the road, but I think that number might be even higher. But it might be moving up. But yeah, already making a switch at quarterback seems kind of premature. So they seem like a team in shambles.
Absolutely. How about an upset pick this week?
Yeah, there are a few games that possibly I could have gone with the Jaguars and made another team the best bet, but like I said, a lot of these lines don't add up to me. There's another line that I thought was a little weird. The Eagles getting, I think, 7.5. Is that right? Double check.
Let's see.
At Pittsburgh, Eagles getting 7.5. Is that right?
7.
7. Okay, I think that's too many points again. Same thing with the Giants. Same thing with the Jaguars. I picked against the Eagles last week, even though I was tempted to take them in like one of those backs against the wall kind of spots at San Francisco, and that was an impressive win. And I feel like that kind of win when you're 0-2-1, and not that they saved their season because the NFC East is so bad, but it's a big win. I can see them a little momentum building into next week. And the Steelers, I mean, they're a good team. They're 3-0. But I think a couple of things people don't realize that they were like blowing out the Giants. They were down in that was a close game for like 3 quarters. They won by 10. The next week they beat the Broncos, I think, by 5, even with backup quarterback Jeff Driscoll in the game for most of the way. And then they beat the Texans by 5. So they haven't been blowing teams out. And also last week they had like an unplanned bye week because of the whole Titans thing. So I don't know if like you're 3-0, you want to keep playing. I don't know if that week off is might hurt them actually instead of helping them, because who wants to bye in week 4?
Right.
I think that could you got them not playing versus the Eagles winning on Sunday night on primetime national TV, big win. So they have like a little momentum, and the Steelers will slow down. Maybe I'm putting too much stock into that, but I just think it's way too many points, and I could see it being. I could see the Eagles even winning this game. I don't think the Steelers are a good team. I like their defense, and I am a little worried about the Eagles' offensive line against T.J. Watt and those guys. But
right.
I think the Eagles will keep this close, maybe like a 24-20, 27-23 kind of game. So I think this will be a game in the fourth quarter. Like I said, the Steelers haven't been blowing teams out, so getting 7 points and maybe interstate rivalry kind of thing might kick in. And, the Eagles, if they win again, it's 2 wins and they could be in the driver's seat with 2-1 in the NFC East. So
right.
I mean, just way too many points. So I'll take the Eagles plus 7.
Okay. I'm going to go with another big spread as well and go with the Chargers plus 7.5 against the Saints. I really like how Justin Herbert's played. I wasn't a big Herbert guy coming out of college, but I think he's played really well so far, and I think he's going to be able to keep that game close. Outside of their week 1 performance, they haven't really beat down on anyone. Yeah, they beat the Lions, but it was by, I think, 6 points or something like that. I think this game's going to be relatively close, so I think it's a 1-score game. I still like the Saints to win, but I think it's going to be maybe a field goal, 4-point difference, like, I don't know, 28-24, something like that. And like I said, I really like Justin Herbert. I think he looks pretty good so far this year.
They play really well, but they're also 0-3 in his game. So I don't know. Yeah, that's a tough game, the Monday night game. Like, My first thought was the Chargers as well, but I think I'm taking the Saints in the paper just because it's Monday night, and the fact that they were down 14-0 against the Lions last week and then put 35 in a row, I just feel like maybe they're finally clicking and Michael Thomas might be coming back. So, but it should be a good game.
Absolutely. So just to recap quick, we are both on the Cardinals -7. I like the Cowboys -9.5. Joe has the Giants +9.5. As for the Colts and Browns game of the week, I'm going with the Browns +1.5. Joe likes the Colts -1.5. My best bet, Rams -7 over Washington, and Joe is going with the Jaguars +6 against Houston. Upset pick, I'm going with the Chargers +7.5 against the Saints, and Joe likes the Eagles +7 against the Steelers. Another week of picks in the books, Joe. Thank you so much for coming on. We'll talk again real soon.
All right, Matt. Thanks so much.